What have you got?
A plane.
Who gave that to you?
Tony.
He did.
Can I ride on it?
Might break.
Yeah.
You have to be gentle.
Not too big.
Yeah. Hey, Stu from UAVfutures here, and today, well, you are never too young, too old to get in and try FPV. Today's video, it's all about giving people a taste test. If you are watching these videos and you think, you know what, that drone racing business, what's that all about? It looks pretty fun. I'd love to get my toes wet without spending too much money in the hobby, just to have a bit of a taste test. Today, we're going to be looking at the eGene Novice 2. It is a complete kit that comes with radio, goggles, batteries, and a drone, and a charger. Everything you need to get up in the air, fly around, and find out, hey, are you going to like this hobby? How's it going to make you feel? Is it something you want to invest more money in? All that sort of stuff without dropping too much cash. Now, what we're going to do in this video, we're going to go through and we're going to specifically talk about the eGene Novice 2, because I've already done the Novice one. You can see a little link that's going to pop up there. That one had guards. We're going to be talking about this, and then we're going to quickly talk about the radio and the goggles. There's also an upgraded version, which I'll link down below. That's the one I wish they sent me, because that looks awesome. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's got a full-size set of goggles. And then the fun stuff, we go out to the field, we fly it around, we show you guys some DVR of what it's like in my flight experience, and we hand it over to some other pro pilots out there as well, and we see what Wingman Jono thinks about it, and he has his thoughts and rambles on it to find out just how well does the eGene Novice go, especially for a little cheap drone that's coming in. I think it's around the $160 mark for the goggles, radio, batteries, charger, and the drone itself. So as an overview, what it is, the entire kit comes like this. You get like I mentioned, you get this cheap radio, which we'll talk about a little bit. You get a pair of goggles, you get a few little cords and stuff, a charger, a big carrying case. Depending on which version, you get a whole bunch of different batteries in here as well. But the main star of the show really focuses on this drone, because the drone is arguably the best bit in this kit. That's where I'd say most of your money is going when it comes to looking at this drone. So on the scales, let's tear it off. You can see this one takes 2S because it's got a little 2S adapter underneath. The total thing is coming in at 51 grams. So if you're one of those people out there who's worried about weight limits, you want a nice little zippy drone, and don't let this thing's weight fool you. It has definitely got a lot of poke. You are still going to have a full-fledged FPV experience. This thing, it's 50 grams, very, very light. You put your 2 batteries in, you are off to the races, and you're probably looking at between a 2 to 3 minute flight time on your first little dabbles into FPV. Now, we're going to go through some of the components that on this in a little bit, but I very quickly want to mention the goggles we've got here. So these are little goggles that come with it, and I got to say, they're really not the best goggles out there. It looks like they've upgraded them a little bit by putting some little labels and stuff on here, which is nice, but these goggles, do yourself a favor. There is a more, I guess, a eGene Novice 2 Pro kit or something that comes, I'll put a picture on the screen, that comes with the EV800Ds or the EV800s. They are a much better goggle than this one, and look, they're going to get the job done, but like you can see in my original Novice review, if you really want to pick this kit up, make sure you watch that one, because we break down the goggles a lot more and talk about them. And look, they're okay. They're not amazing. They are really just for that beginner taste test. You're probably going to be, if you like the hobby, upgrading these fairly quickly. So I'm going to say the goggles are about a 4 out of 10, but again, they are super cheap, ridiculous for the price, you know, for 160 for everything you get. And then the other end as well, we have this little radio here, which takes some little AAA batteries. I think they're AAA batteries. Yes, they are AAA batteries in the back. This was probably the part that I'd liked the least. So this radio, it is a cheap toy. It feels like a cheap toy. It's unresponsive, and that made it flying around a little bit tricky. When it comes to the actual time when we're out in the field, I have it bound up to a full-size radio. Why? Because I've already tested this radio. I know what it's like. I don't really like it, but the beauty about this hobby is with the drone, that is actually quite good. You can bind that up to any of your radios out there, any of your D8s. You can rip around and have a good time, and that's exactly what we do. And the upgraded version too, which is in that link like I saw in the picture, they send you a proper almost full-size radio. I think it's the Range Master or iRange X or something like that. You actually have a significantly better radio than this. So I'm going to say, if you're thinking about it, rather than just a cheap toy experience, definitely think about getting that upgraded version. And then of course, depending on which version you get a bunch of different batteries. But that's those parts out of the way. What I want to focus on is the good stuff. Talk about the components inside here. So starting at the outside in, the Novice 2 50 gram little toothpick ripper. Of course, we've got our little carbon frame unibody base plate on the bottom. And then we've got just some bi-blade props. I think they're 1103s, 8500 kV motors. And I can confirm it does zip through the air quite nicely. Of course, in the middle, we've got our 10 amp ESC. It's got Betaflight, OSD, which if you're new to this hobby, that's probably sounding just like a lot of numbers. But essentially, it's got a good flight controller that has a reasonable tune. I'm going to say 7.5 out of 10, and you can get some on-screen display, so when you're flying around you can see your battery voltage, all that sort of stuff, so you know when to land. It gives you actually some information as well overlaid on top of your video feed, so you'll see that in the DVR. And you've got a VTX, which is our video transmitter on the top, which is sending out a video to our goggles, and it is fully compatible with all the other analog goggles out there. Of course, a little, I think it's a run cam, a CADX cam at the front, so the FPV feed actually is quite nice. Little dipole antenna, and overall it does its job quite nicely, especially for the price that you're paying when you look at this entire kit. So look, that was a short and sharp little bench breakdown of this entire thing. It's not going to be too much of a deep dive because we've seen the radio in action before in that video I linked. We've seen the goggles. What I want to do now, we're going to go out and I really want to discover and show you guys how this little drone performs. Is it a good first buy? What's it going to be like? All that sort of stuff, and get some other people's opinions. So let's do it. Let's go have some fun out in the field, rip this thing around in 3, 2, 1. Wait till this truck goes past. Thanks very much, Steve's Liquid Waste. Out here in the field, let's do it. Let's rip it around with the Novice 2. I'm not going to talk too much about the goggles. I'm going to be using my own goggles. I'm not going to be talking about the radio because you can see in my Novice 1 review, to sum it up, the goggles were just adequate and I wasn't really a fan of the radio even after some adjustments. So look, you can do FPV, but it's not really what I would recommend. Let's find out though. The drone in the original Novice was the good part, so let's find out, is the Novice 2 any good outdoors? It looks like they've beefed some things up, and I'm hoping if the tune's good, we get some awesome power. We'll do that, show you some DVR, and hand it over to Wingman Jono as well, see what he thinks. Radio, here we go on board, and of course it's got smart audio as well, so you can change a lot of the settings using your radio. And I've got to say, we're going to get about a 2-minute flight time here because it has plenty of poke and definitely a lot of power to give, but I go full throttle quite a little bit, or quite a lot I should say. So most novice pilots out there probably going to be getting around the 3-minute range, especially if you're just cruising around having some fun. So you can see you're right here about to go out, do a little bit of a range test. Keep in mind I am using a radio, but it's a good indicator that actually the receiver they've got built into this thing is doing a much better job than I thought it would be. We're also about to come across the top of a swimming pool, which I probably don't recommend too many people to fly their drones across the top, but a nice nimble little fly. You can see the FPV feed is actually quite impressive. It's got nice colors in the CADX camera. I'm more than happy with that. Like I keep mentioning, the price, because it's kind of mind-blowing that you can get such a fun little drone. I wish I started with this stuff when I started FPV. I would have killed to have something like this, especially for the price. And you can take this thing anywhere. The weight's not going to bother anyone. It's not too noisy. It's just all around a great little FPV experience that I think a lot of people are going to enjoy for their first time. There I am, tempting fate, flying around the pool. But it was not meant to be. It didn't want to crash or anything like that. In a moment, we're about to do some acros. And I've got to say, some fairly impressive moves, if I don't say so myself. It's a nice little nimble flyer. It handles well. It's responsive. It's got a nice clean, a good video feed. It's got plenty of pep. You can see it ripping around like there. More than enough for people to have fun with as well. And just overall, I got to say, the Novice 2 is just a fun little toothpick drone that people are going to enjoy. But what we should do, let's hand it over to Wingman Jono. I think in a moment I do some tricky acro flying that I was kind of impressed of. But what we'll do, we'll hand it over to Wingman Jono, see what he thinks, and yeah, just overall find out how the Novice 2 goes. But I'm going to say too, I'm going to stress, if you are going to get this one, think about picking up the other versions with the upgraded radio, upgraded goggles, because I think you're going to have a much, much better flight experience. As it stands, here's my acro. As it stands, I don't really like the radio, but the drone itself is pretty awesome. So there we go. Through the swing set, I was impressed with that, but we're going to bring it in now. The battery voltage is dropping out at about the 2-minute mark, and we'll see what a Wingman Jono thinks of the Eachine Novice 2. Jono, so we're about to rip it around with the Novice 2. You're going to be, I want you to use your own goggles and stuff. Though.
Oh, yeah.
Your own radio I've bound up to, but it comes in this kit to get people flying. So, I don't know, what do you think about this?
It looks like they're trying to compete with the Tiny Hawk, like ready to fly kit.
Pretty much
it seems like they're trying to bang on, do that kind of a thing.
These, I didn't really like on my face, but you could use them. The radio, for me, was a huge letdown. It was very, very hard to fly. But because the gimbals were really, really twitchy, and
that's
it's
really
like it was all or nothing.
Loose, man. Yeah.
So, but you know, you you move it, nothing's happening, boom, you're at 100% deflection. So
it's like, yeah, with how that feels, and like I got the feeling that's very similar to other goggles that I've tried before, and I feel like it could be a fun experience, but it's also it teeters on the edge where like it could be that the stuff is pretty bad and maybe it'll give you a bad experience, and then because it's a beginner set, you might decide that this hobby's not for you because it was a little bit not good.
Amazing. All right, well, let's rip it around with that Novice, and the Novice 2, I should say.
Let's see how the quad
goes. On
goes.
my radio, and talk about how the quad actually goes. Let's do it. So we're just about to take off. I've plugged it in, so we've got those nice green LEDs on the top. First impressions on the quad itself.
On the quad itself,
it's only 2S as well. So we've been flying a lot of 3S, so today we're only
we've been belting out a lot of 3S ones, and they've all been off the hook. They have. This one here, 2S, I'm expecting it to be a little bit more tame, but once again, really light and really simple. So maybe it'll have power to weight ratio in its benefit. Maybe.
Do you like the looks? I got to be honest, I kind of like the color. You know, it looks the gold, the blue, and the green LEDs.
It's definitely a nice look. It's not in any way ugly like I've seen.
I guess you could almost call it the rainbow. Look, it's got the red on there, red, blue, yellow, no pink, but green.
Nice singing. That's beautiful.
All right, let's do it.
You
Let's
got a
rip this
beautiful
thing
voice.
around. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's give it a crack. All right, down we go. On the launch pad.
And this thing has a huge VTX in there too, so you can really pump that power.
Oh, okay.
And I think people who watch could attest to how far they saw this thing go.
Okay, so we're going to judge it on its name and see whether it's a novice quad.
Yes.
Oh, it comes in a beginner pack, so that's what we really want to see, where it's going to be good for them.
All right, let's go. Let's rip it.
Okay.
I'll keep the flies off.
Yeah, straight up, they need to lose the crosshairs on the OSD.
I agree. OSD is dumb.
Yeah, I'm not shooting anybody down. Come on, I'm not a fighter jet. It's just a distraction on the screen. It doesn't even line up with like the center of like where you're flying when you're cruising.
Horizon.
Yeah, it's not even horizon on the crosshair. Flies.
Oh, sorry, that's my job.
Yeah.
All right. So go, talk to me about the quad. Why keep the flies off you?
Okay. Oh yeah, you're right. It does have a bit of range. Let's go right out and give it a bit of a test. Ooh. Yeah, range is great. Oh, definitely. Yeah, not as punchy as some of the other things we've tried today. It's definitely a lot more docile.
But it is 2S. We've been flying 3S.
Yeah. It's a bit of an adjustment. Hey, okay. Yeah, so a bit more docile on the throttle, which, you know, if we're going to judge it by its name, a novice, it's not actually a bad thing. It isn't. Like but
oscillations?
No oscillation.
Color in the camera?
Tune feels good. Camera looks nice. I can see everything pretty well, even though it's an overcast day. That is like working against most of the cameras today, but yeah, it's pretty nice.
Range?
Range is
clarity?
Superb.
Any dropouts?
No dropouts whatsoever, and I'm using a left-hand polarized patch as well.
Okay,
so,
well, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, so tell me some things that you don't like about it. Is there anything that's bugging you about the quad itself? Because I know obviously the goggles and the radio has some limitations, but as far as the quad goes.
Well, that sounds like the battery's toast already. Yeah.
Just keep going. Oh, all in.
No, that's completely done.
Oh, you're done?
The battery's gone.
How many minutes did you get?
That was 1.5.
Oh wow, so you really sucked that one down.
Yeah, I didn't feel like I was...
when I was flying it. I feel like I flew it for longer than you did.
Yeah, definitely. I don't feel like I was very long at all.
All right, so it looked like it sucked the juice down. Maybe on your flight.
Oh man, that's noisy. At least you're going to find it.
Yeah, that's true. Having a buzzer is essential for these little, because that's not really an indoor one at all.
Yeah,
you're not going to be flying this outdoors, and having a buzzer is a must.
Okay, so yeah, looking at the starter pack before, like I'd say probably a no for the starter pack.
Okay.
But the quad, nothing wrong with it.
All right.
Yeah. If it's meant to be a novice quad, it's got enough power to fly around and have a bit of fun. It's not completely bonkers so that it's going to be unmanageable. The handling and tune is really nice, so you know, you can still turn, and where you point it is where it's going to go. So there's nothing wrong with that. Pretty much no prop wash. The range was superb on that VTX as well. So yeah, like overall, like not as fun as some of the other things that we tried today, but we ended up getting like the starter pack, like yeah, the stuff in there, like you know, like you guys are saying, you can fly with it. I haven't given it a shot, but you could fly with it. It's not the best, but the quad's decent. It is. So you're gonna be able to, like, you know, upgrade your goggles, upgrade your radio, and still use this quad and still have a bit of fun with it, and like learn how to fly on it and probably be quite proficient.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Thumbs up, thumbs down. What do you reckon?
Thumbs up for beginners, I'd say. Anything else, it's not going to hit the mark for you.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're past the beginner, that intermediate, mid-range level, get something better.
Okay, like what?
So probably like if you're in that intermediate range, get something like the Tadpole or something like that. That's but for beginners, yeah, this is good.
Too easy. All right, man. Thank you.
Rightio, so there it is. There's my review of the Eachine Novice 2. And the good word and the bad word about it is, do I like this drone? Yes. Does it perform well? Yes. Do I like that it comes in an all-one kit? Absolutely. It is going to get people flying. But my advice would be, if you are thinking about picking up this hobby, please do yourself a favor. Think about picking up, I think it's like the Pro version or whatever, the one that comes with the EV800 and also the full-size radio, because your flight experience, your actual FPV time is going to be significantly, like, just so much more enjoyable. This, it's super cheap, but it's again a cheap toy. Same thing with the goggles. If you're getting them just for a niece or a nephew or someone, you want a little gift without dropping too much cash, so look, you are still going to have an absolute blast with these. Don't get me wrong, it still can be a hoot, absolute fun. But if you're getting it for yourself and you're thinking you might be serious about FPV, you want to do more than just a little taste test, those goggles, they're going to serve you for a long time. That radio, it is going to be more than enough to be able to control this thing like a pro, zipping it around. And yeah, overall the drone is fantastic. I really like the drone. It's got a solid tune, 7 out of 10, but these two let it down. But you can't complain because the price is so much cheaper than anything out there. So if it was up to me and I had to get one of these, I would be buying the kit that comes with the 800Ds and the iRange X radio, or whatever it is. You're going to have an awesome, actually pretty fun FPV experience with some decent gear that's going to really let you enjoy the skies. But anyway, what do you guys think? Drop your comments down below, subscribe for more FPV related content, and as always, happy flying.
What are you going to do when you're bigger?
Fly drones.
You're going to fly drones? When?
You can hold it. You can be.
You can hold it.
You can. No, you can hold it. Dad, I'll hold it.
Okay.
I'm holding.
We can fly together? Can we fly together? Oh, where are you going?